Hi everybody, I'm Argolfumf. This is my schedule for my book review channel for December 2024. I swear this time it's the final schedule and I'm not going to make any changes to the schedule whatsoever. Okay? Okay, I promise. I promise. People wanted to see me read Christmas romance novels this month. So, I've got some for you. The Christmas Twins, Secret Christmas Twins. So, Erica has a pair of twins. They're not her twins, though. They actually belong to her friend Kimmy. And then Erica falls in love with Kimmy's brother, Jason. And then Kimmy dies, like, at the end of chapter 1 or something. So it's like, oh no, Erica can't tell the secret about the Christmas twins. It doesn't have to be a Christmas romance novel. Like, it could have happened any time during the year. But that's true of a lot of Christmas romance novels. Not this one, though. Hot Toy. It's sort of like Jingle All the Way, where we have this librarian and her ex-boyfriend, who's like a professor of Chinese literature, and they're fighting in at a shopping mall. Both of them are trying to get their hands on this really rare toy, and then like halfway through, it turns into this spy drama, and it's funny, and I liked it. And yeah, that was cool. And then wait a minute, there's a hole in my schedule. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And I just promised my schedule wouldn't change at all. Oh my gosh. Okay, now I have December 7th correct. On the 7th, the next Miles Edgeworth manga, and then Goddesses #1. So this is part of a series where the three muses are sent from ancient Greece to be high schoolers in modern-day Georgia, and they have high school drama. It was okay. I like the stuff with Greek mythology and the flashback sections. I didn't like the high school drama. I thought that was kind of dumb. And then there was a weird joke about frogs. I did have a lot of fun making this review because I was commissioned to read it, and I was told have twice as many jokes as normal. So, yeah, there are a lot of jokes in that one. Whereas with Edgeworth, there are not as many jokes because I mostly have to summarize like a mystery and get all the clues in. This was a tough one to summarize because the first case is based on Japanese New Year and Japanese New Year's traditions, and readers are expected to know all of these things before ever picking up the book. And so it must have been kind of a nightmare to translate. So then I've got two different romance novellas based on Christmas. I didn't read The Ghost of Christmas Past yet, but I did read The Christmas Stocking, where, you know, we have this guy who's a big city executive, but he comes back home for the holidays, and he meets this cute girl who runs a rival Christmas tree farm, and they fall in love. Yeah. And that paired with 12 Days, that's another novella in the collection. So this is one where Natalie loves her boss Jake, and she has a huge crush on him, and he has a huge crush on her, and they get each other for Secret Santa, and they start making out, and he asks her to marry him. And if that sounds like Rush to you, yeah, it's really rushed romance. Like, oh my gosh, it's called 12 Days, but it's really like 3 days. They only show 3 of like the 12 days. They just zoom to getting married. Like, at least in this book, there was like a month in between their first kiss and the proposal. Here, like, they haven't even been on a date yet. They have not had their first official date, and he's already proposing marriage. All right. So those 3 are part of this romance collection, this collection, and that will be going up on the 25th for Christmas. So that'll be my Christmas gift for you, just a compilation video containing my reviews for the various novellas in that collection. Going back a bit, on the 13th, we have Nancy Drew Files number 111, and all I remember is that we have this hot artist. He wants Nancy to be a model for his class, and you know, he's very happy and like hugs her passionately when she says she'll solve the case. And of course, that's when Ned walks in, and he gets furious and he punches a door. And that's all I remember from this book. I don't really remember the storyline, which is about a stolen painting. And then book number 112 is the same storyline as the Netflix movie Murder Mystery, the one with Adam Sandler, where we have this very rich person who's got a bunch of mean, nasty relatives, and they all want to inherit. So the incredibly rich person about how he hires Nancy like to investigate his heirs to make sure none of them are slimy, and they are. They are. Like, I think several of them are involved in illegal doings. So about halfway through, he's like, "Oh, okay, that's it." He calls everybody together and says, "I'm changing my will tonight. I'm changing my will. So you're getting no money." And then somebody murders him. In this particular case, he doesn't die. He just ends up in a coma, and there's a happy ending at the end when he wakes up and his life is better now. But yeah. So it's a standard, like, classic murder mystery setup. Which of the relatives tried to kill the old man just to get the money? On the 16th, I haven't read this romance novel yet, but I'm looking really forward to it. 12 Dates of Christmas. I did see the movie last year, the Hallmark Christmas movie. I think they might not be related, though. I think that it might just be a coincidence that they have the same name. On the 19th, the next two Encyclopedia Brown books. Book 15 and a half is a weird one. It's called 15 and a half. I think it was originally published under a different title, like Encyclopedia Brown's Cookbook, and they have, like, themed recipes. So, like, they have 5 4th of July recipes, and then 5 Chinese New Year's recipes, and then 5 Mexican Independence Day recipes. And then each group of recipes comes with their own mystery. Like, one takes place at a Chinese restaurant, and the Mexican Independence Day one is centered around piñata. And then the 4th of July one is centered around George Washington and the Declaration of Independence. And that's the one where the solution is George Washington did not sign the Declaration of Independence because he was in New York State that day. I'm like, I have no idea what 10-year-old kid reading this book is supposed to know that information. I mean, seriously. So it doesn't have, like, a full set of 10 mysteries, but it does have several Encyclopedia Brown mysteries. And then book 16 is just a standard book in the series. On the 22nd, I have the first 2 reviews for Spy X Family, and this is an amazing series. I really love it. I did a poll here on YouTube asking people, what review series should I start doing, and Spy X Family won. Sadly, Bluey came in second place. Bluey is also an excellent series. The people have spoken, though. They want spy drama. The premise of the series is that Twilight is a super amazing spy, and for his next mission, he has to pretend to be a dad with a normal family. So he adopts this daughter named Anya, who's like the cutest and funniest girl ever, and she's also psychic. Like, she can read people's minds. And then his fake wife, unbeknownst to him, is secretly an assassin, and they're both incredibly violent. And it's great. It's a really great series, very well done. I hope people will enjoy these reviews, because it's a fun series. And on Christmas Day, the 25th, I already talked about this compilation review. And then American Girl Felicity. So this is Felicity's Christmas book, where her mother gets deathly ill, and she's invited to a special, like, 12th night dance at the governor's mansion. On the 28th, we have the next 2 books in the Magic Treehouse series. Mummies in the Morning, Pirates Past Noon. And then on the 31st, the last 2 Warrior Cats books that were published before series number 4. So I've done, like, everything up to series number 4 for Warrior Cats, and it's a good stopping point, so I am going to stop with Warrior Cats here. Gosh, like, Tigerstar and Sasha was not a good manga series in general, because the premise is that Tigerstar is this handsome romantic lead, even handsomer and more romantic than the hot guys in my Christmas romance novels. And that is simply not true, because Tigerstar is a mass murderer, and it's so weird to do a series where he's supposed to be a love interest. And Sasha, another thing is he's barely in them. Like, he's like in half of book number 1. He's not at all in book number 2. And his dead ghost shows up, like, twice in book number 3. So the series is named after him. He's barely in them. The other problem is that Sasha makes weird decisions. Like, they're decisions she has to make because that's what happens in the main Warrior Cats series. There would be a continuity error if she made different decisions. But gosh, does she make some really terrible decisions. Oh, man. And here are the various book reviews I did for November, which was last month. Let's see. ABC Bunny is just a standard ABC book teaching kids the alphabet, but it won the Newbery Award, so it is notable. 2 books in like the Flash chapter picture book series. They're 5 chapters long for beginner readers. Lots of illustrations, but not like illustrations on every single page. Really simple stuff. Then the Paw Enforcement series. You know, for years I've been hoping we would get a new book in the Paw Enforcement series, but it's been like 4 years at this point. I'm throwing in the towel and saying Paw Enforcement is done, so here's my compilation video for it. Don't know when I'm going to post that. Cat Kid Comic Club number 3. I seem to remember not thinking this is the best because it has like the same 3 comics which were in the previous book and in the book before, and so it felt a little repetitive. Then Bad Guys number 20. So this is the last book in the Bad Guys series. It's okay. It's nice to have like a book which caps off the entire series, but at the same time there's nothing in this book that means it should exist. Like, the series would be fine without it. So then I've got some compilation reviews for the Bad Guys. So all the Bad Guys series has been reviewed by me. Hooray. And then the rest of the month is basically just the Yoko and Friends series. So these are 30-page books, again, for beginner readers, and these ones do have pictures on every single page. Okay, so I read a lot of short children's books. That's basically what I read this past month. So, you know what? They go quickly. They're easy to review because they're short. This is a compilation of like 5 of those Yoko books, and then I read the rest of those Yoko and Friends books, and another compilation video. Compilation videos are also really easy to do too, so... American Girl Felicity number 4. Happy birthday, Felicity. I didn't like that book very much. Like, the story doesn't start until 15 pages at the end. That's when it, like, really gets started. And it definitely leans hard on the, here's cool stuff that you can buy for your Felicity doll. Buy this, buy this, buy this. And I've heard complaints that was the same way with the new Moana 2 movie. I didn't see that movie, actually. So Miles Edgeworth, number 4. So that's the 4th book in the Miles Edgeworth manga series. I'll post that review next month. There was a haunting in a hotel, which I thought was really cool. And then one inside a hospital, which was not as good. It was significantly shorter than normal, too. Nancy Drew Files 113, Wicked Ways. So somebody keeps stealing jackets at the mall, and Nancy needs to solve the mystery so her friend Bess can be in a music video, while her friend George is just stalking this one guy. She's following him all throughout the mall several days in a row. It's an okay book. Nancy falls in love with a hot security guard, and she doesn't really pay that much attention to the suspects. Like, one suspect, she talks to him once, and then the other, she talks to him twice, and then another... she doesn't talk to him until the very end. So it's like, yeah, she basically only focuses on the one suspect in the book. Would have been better if she, like, spent her time equally among all the suspects. And then Monster Cats, the first 2 books in the Monster Cats series. I don't think the 3rd one has been released yet. These are simple comic books. Like, my kid loves them, and that's why I decided to review them. I like the Monster Cats series better than the Yokai Cats series, so I'm like, okay, fine, I'll review Monster Cats. So, those are the various books I reviewed last month, November, and thanks for watching my schedule video. Keep on reading in the new year.